Hi folks, how you doing? It's Adrian here from FMBtv with another bite-sized bit to help your business grow. Okay, this time I'm going to talk to you about follow-up. And so what do I mean by follow-up? Well, it's something that is stating the obvious. So grow your business by following up. Should be very obvious, but unfortunately, as business owners, many of us aren't too good at it. We're sometimes quite poor at it. And it varies in degrees, but I suppose that the immediate obvious piece is when you get an inquiry is to follow up with all the inquiries, because I know from speaking to a lot of business owners that a very high proportion of inquiries that come to them are never followed up. And I've spoken to business owners who complain about the lack of follow-up that they get from when they make an inquiry from a contractor or a supplier. So it's something that we're all guilty of, and it's business that's probably ripe for the picking. So early on follow-up is something that we should all try and do. When an inquiry comes in, get as much information. If you're answering the phone yourself and you're not able to speak to someone right away, get their name, their number, and an email address, and follow up with them afterwards. If you have someone in your office answering the phone for you, or if you're using a virtual assistant answering the phone to you, get as much information as possible when the initial inquiry comes in, and try and follow up as quickly as possible. There's a lot of research done that people are happiest if you follow up with them within a matter of minutes, and that happiness degrades quite quickly. But if you can get back to them within 2 hours, is terrific. I know in my own business in the past where we would have been out inside quite a lot, and it would be difficult to follow up with someone right away. I'd try and at least drop them a text message just to acknowledge the inquiry, and if you weren't able to get back to them the same day, maybe text them that evening, ask them if they mind if you call them in the evening, or follow up with them the next day. But the number of businesses who don't do any follow up at all, they're just throwing customers away. That's really what they're doing. They're discarding business that they've had to pay for somewhere along the line. You may not think that, you may not put a value on all your leads that come into you, but you've had to do something to get those leads. So it's cost you something, whether that be in paying somebody to do SEO, or if you're doing advertising or pay-per-click, or you've built a referral network. All those leads cost you time, money, or energy, whether you realize it or not. Okay, so there's a value on them. So treat them all as if they have a value of 50 quid or 100 quid. Okay, put a value in them all, because if you're throwing them away, if you're leaving them or forgetting about them, you're throwing a lot of money away. Okay, the next part of follow up that I wanted to talk to you about was, in the event that you actually do quote for a piece of business, that many of us are guilty of sending the quotation out, be it by post or by email, and then leaving it to the customer to make a decision. And that's all well and good if they come back to you and tell you, yes, yes, we're happy to do business with you, or no, you're too expensive. But what about the ones that you don't hear from? Well, there's actually probably quite a lot of that business that you can pick up, that if you follow up a few times. In the advertising industry, they say that sometimes you have to follow up 18 times to get a customer to make a decision. Now, I don't think I've ever had to follow up with someone 18 times. But there have been times when I've maybe followed up a dozen or more times to get an answer. And sometimes persistence pays off. But at the end of the day, you're happy to get a yes or a no. You're better off to get a no than to get no response at all. Because at least you can say, right, I'll put that to bed, and you can get some feedback and find out why you weren't successful. But most business owners will maybe do, they'll send out the quotation, and they might do an initial follow-up, and then after that they don't want to be seen to be niggling at the customer or hassling them. But you don't have to be a persistent nuisance. It's better to be adding more value, giving it, think of it as an opportunity to add more value. So initial follow-up, just to check, probably a phone call check to see that they understand everything that was in the quotation or the information that you sent to them, and then continue after that to send further information, whether it be in the form of an email, send them a letter, send them a little thank you card saying that, no, thanks very much for your inquiry, we'd love to help you out. If there's anything else we can do, please drop us a line. And send them video clips, Snapchats, whatever it is, a V card, all little things just to add. You can say, right, okay, I just thought of something. Here's something we're doing today that might be of interest to you, or here's something that we've seen that might help you out, in another aspect of your project. But follow up, and Dan Kennedy once said, you follow up till they buy, die, or go away, or tell you to go away. So that's my little tip for the day. Follow up. Take care, folks. Bye.